in a shocking twist that has rocked the San Francisco 49ers fanbase and sent NFL social media into a frenzy. Star running back Christian McCaffrey has allegedly made a bombshell statement, taking direct aim at his teammate, wide receiver Brandon AIYUK. The whispers began early Tuesday morning when an unverified audio clip surfaced online, reportedly from a private locker room conversation that was never meant to go public. In the clip, a voice sounding strikingly like McCaffrey's can be heard making what many are calling aggressive and deeply critical comments about AIYUK's work ethic, attitude, and role on the team. While the authenticity of the clip hasn't been officially confirmed, insiders close to the 49ers organization have hinted that tensions between McCaffrey and AIYUK have been simmering since late last season. This wouldn't be the first time personalities have clashed inside a locker room filled with elite talent and championship aspiration. But the timing of this revelation just weeks before training camp is what's making it so explosive. The 49ers were expected to enter the new season as unified contenders. Now, that unity is being questioned, and if this rift is real, it could shake the very foundation of the team's offensive chemistry. What's more intriguing is the content of the alleged rant. According to several transcriptions posted online, McCaffrey reportedly accused AIYUK of being all about himself, saying the wide receiver quits en routes and acts like a number one receiver without putting in number one effort. Those are powerful words, especially coming from a veteran like McCaffrey, who's been praised for his discipline, leadership, and relentless preparation. It raises the question, what went wrong behind the scenes? The 49ers have never publicly hinted at any tension between their offensive stars, but league insiders have quietly mentioned that AIYUK's demeanor has changed after back-to-back impressive seasons. Some say he's been seeking more targets, more recognition, and potentially more money. If McCaffrey truly did make those comments, it suggests a deep fracture in trust and a serious concern about how personal ambition might be interfering with team goals. The whispers coming out of Santa Clara suggest that this wasn't just a one-time outburst. It may be the culmination of months of frustration. And with NFL cameras soon to roll into training camp, the timing couldn't be more awkward. AIYUK has yet to respond publicly, but silence in this situation might only add fuel to the fire. Adding to the drama, several current and former players have started to weigh in, subtly taking sides or attempting to de-escalate the situation. George Kittle, the ever-charismatic tight end and vocal leader in the locker room, posted a cryptic tweet just hours after the audio surfaced, stating, "Not everything said behind closed doors needs to see the light, but if it does, make sure you stand on it." That alone sparked a firestorm of speculation. Was Kittle defending McCaffrey's right to speak candidly? Or was he warning that private disagreements should stay private? Either way, it confirmed what many suspected. This issue isn't just a fabrication of social media, it's real. NFL Network's Ian Rappaport reported that while head coach Kyle Shanahan has downplayed the controversy in meetings, behind the scenes, the coaching staff is already working to mediate tensions. If McCaffrey truly feels AIYUK isn't giving his all, or worse, if other players agree with him, then the 49ers may face more than just a PR nightmare. They could be looking at a fractured locker room heading into one of their most critical seasons yet. And no team, no matter how talented, survives that kind of internal conflict unscathed. There's also the contract situation, adding even more layers to this potential feud. Brandon AIYUK is entering the final year of his rookie deal and has been in ongoing negotiations with the front office for a lucrative extension. Some sources say AIYUK believes he deserves to be paid like a top-tier wide receiver, citing his production and growing chemistry with quarterback Brock Purdy. However, if McCaffrey's alleged criticism reflects a broader sentiment inside the team that AIYUK's focus has shifted from team to self, then that extension may be in serious jeopardy. Could McCaffrey's comments have been a calculated move to sway public opinion or even influence the front office's decision? It wouldn't be the first time locker room politics spilled onto the negotiation table. General managers and coaches often consider chemistry and leadership when handing out big contracts. And in this case, McCaffrey, whose voice carries immense weight within the organization, might be using his platform to send a message not just to AIYUK, but to the front office itself. Whether you view that as leadership or sabotage may depend on your view of AIYUK's true intentions. This offseason, fans, of course, are completely split. On 49ers Twitter, Reddit, and fan forums across the web, heated debates are erupting. Some are taking McCaffrey's side, claiming his criticisms, though harsh, reflect a necessary standard of excellence. He's calling out a pattern we've all noticed. One fan wrote, "AIYUK disappears in big moments, and now he wants to get paid like Debo." Nah, others are defending AIYUK, accusing McCaffrey of overstepping and creating division. This reeks of jealousy or frustration from someone who's no longer the offense's focal point. Another post read, "What's undeniable is that this situation has captivated the football world, pulling focus away from training camp battles and preseason previews. The team's culture, a hallmark under Shanahan's leadership, now feels fragile. If players begin choosing sides, the ripple effect could extend deep into the season. And while this may blow over in the next few weeks, history tells us that these types of internal conflicts rarely disappear entirely. They simmer. They re-emerge at the worst moments, and they often become the thing we point to in January when asking what went wrong from a broader NFL perspective. This rumored rift is giving analysts and commentators plenty of material. ESPN's Ryan Clark hinted on air that some guys in that 49ers locker room don't feel AIYUK is all in. Meanwhile, former players like Richard Sherman have started discussing the psychological dynamics that can exist in star-studded teams. Sherman, speaking on his podcast, noted that egos are natural in the NFL, but when one guy starts feeling like he's bigger than the team, veterans will check him. Was that a thinly veiled reference to AIYUK, or perhaps an endorsement of McCaffrey's rumored comments? Either way, it underscores a key point. This isn't just about one argument or one leaked statement. This is about control, influence, and identity inside a Super Bowl contending locker room. And it's also about the pressure cooker that is San Francisco right now. The 49ers have come close to greatness, but every time they've fallen just short. When that happens repeatedly, tempers flare and fingers point. Perhaps McCaffrey's words, if they were indeed his, are the latest symptom of a team that's grown tired of waiting for the trophy they believe they've earned. Behind the scenes, several beat reporters are trying to dig deeper. According to whispers from team sources, there may have been several confrontations in recent months between McCaffrey and AIYUK during film sessions and closed-door meetings. One particularly intense moment reportedly occurred after a critical playoff loss last season when AIYUK missed a hot read adjustment on a key third down. McCaffrey, known for his obsessive attention to detail, was said to be furious. Though this was never made public, it's believed that some veterans sided with McCaffrey in that moment, while others felt he was being too intense. Now, months later, if that animosity never resolved, it makes sense that something finally snapped. If the locker room is indeed split, it will be fascinating to watch how Shanahan and GM John Lynch address the issue. Do they ride with McCaffrey as the team's moral compass, or do they back AIYUK, the rising star with sky-high potential? And if both players dig in and refuse to move, could we actually see one of them traded? It's a long shot, but in today's NFL, anything can happen, especially when egos and expectations collide. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to 49ers Zone and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below, of course. There's also the question of motivation. Why would McCaffrey speak out now, assuming he did? Some believe it's a tactical move, with AIYUK pushing hard for a new contract. McCaffrey's comments might be intended to remind the organization where its real priorities should lie. Others suggest McCaffrey feels the weight of leadership, especially after the departure of other veteran voices. If he sees the team drifting, perhaps he felt the need to shake things up. Still, if the intent was to motivate, it may have backfired. AIYUK, known for his pride and competitive fire, is unlikely to respond quietly. If anything, this controversy might galvanize him, but even if it fuels his performance, the damage to team trust could linger. We've seen how quickly locker rooms can unravel when key players lose faith in each other. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the San Francisco 49ers, make sure to subscribe to 49ers Zone and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.